Ms. Delaney, you are joined today by your mother, and you both claim that you were a virgin when you met the defendant's late son, David Hairston Jr. However, you have opened a case today to prove to his family that he fathered your 16-month-old daughter, Joya. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Parrett, you are here with your daughter, and you both claim that you never heard about your son's relationship with the plaintiff. You believe the plaintiff is motivated by money, and you refuse to accept her child until the results prove that Mr. Hairston is the biological father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Delaney, I'll start with you. You say you were inexperienced?
Yes, Your Honor.
But you are certain Mr. Hairston is your child's biological father?
1,000% certain.
1,000,000%.
I know
so,
he's the
no,
father
Your
of
Honor.
my granddaughter,
No.
Joya. Yes, he is.
I do not believe it, Your Honor, because he would have told me something of her. He always talked to me. He would have let me know that he was in a relationship with her if he was.
I disagree, Your Honor. I think that he did not speak on it because of the age difference.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because I've been in his company while he's been on the phone talking to his mother.
He's older than me, so he was trying to cover this whole relationship up.
Oh, so Ms. Delaney, you were dating a man who was older than your mother.
Yes,
Yes.
Your Honor.
Yes.
And you believe he was
I have
trying to
never
cover that up, which is why he never talked about it to his mother.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when a child gets involved, wouldn't you think that he would talk about that
You would think
or
that
share
he
it
would.
with his family?
You would think that he would.
But you say you've never heard anything
never
about
heard. Never
He
heard
was
of
All right, so
living
I
with
want to
someone
understand the
else.
nature of this relationship. Ms. Delaney, tell me, how did you meet Mr. Hairston?
I was walking home where I was living with my mom, and he stopped me and approached me. From there, we met like 30 minutes later, and we went to a mutual friend's house, and then we talked and got to know each other then.
And did he know you were a virgin?
He did.
So you had told him.
I did.
So take me to this day where you lost your virginity to a man who's older than your mother.
We went to a hotel, and then I didn't want to pay for it. He didn't want to pay for it. So we went to...
That's the truth.
Wait. On what day do you lose your virginity and have to pay for the hotel room? What is going on here? So you got to the hotel, he thought you was gonna pay.
Yes.
Ain't that nothing?
Yeah.
Okay, so you say, no, I'm not paying for this hotel.
Correct.
And he says, I'm not paying either.
Correct.
So what happens?
We then went to the mutual friend's house,
Oh.
and then that's where it took place. He had candles. We did get candles. We did get
Whipped
candles.
cream and all, Your Honor. She told me they had whipped cream. I'm like, oh, you went all out, huh? How was it?
I wish you
my
would have
God.
told her you were gonna go to this hotel with this old man
Yes,
before you were gonna go so she could tell you don't go.
You would not have been here today.
But was this the night you believe you conceived?
No.
No. Okay, so when do you believe you conceived? How long were you all in this boyfriend and girlfriend sexual relationship?
About 4 months in.
And so in 4 months, Miss Parrett, Miss Baylor, 4 months, he's having a sexual relationship with this young woman. You don't know anything about
Nothing.
her.
We never knew he had side things going on. We knew my brother, but we never knew a name, or he would call them different names. Like, I'm with PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Country, LL. There's a variety.
LL?
Yeah.
That ain't me. That ain't me. So take me to the day, Miss Delaney, you find out you're pregnant.
I missed my menstrual cycle, but the only reason I knew is because my menstrual comes on the day before my best friend. And she came and asked me for feminine products. And I asked her, why you need that? And she said, because my period is on. And I said, well, mine's not on. She said, well, because you pregnant.
And Your Honor, I said, something's going on, because I just had pink salmon, and I love it, but it made me sick to my stomach. I have 2 other daughters, and I was like, one of y'all pregnant, so go get tested. They went, got tested, it was none of them. Come to find out, it was Courtney. So I'm like, okay, Courtney, the fun's over now. I'm about to have a grandbaby. What's happening?
Oh, because you ate that salmon when it made you sick. You knew something was happening.
I knew something was wrong. I knew, Your Honor.
And was he the only man? I mean, I have to ask you this, Miss Delaney. I mean, you say you lost your virginity to Mr. Hairston, and I get that. But that does not preclude you from being in a sexual relationship with somebody else.
That precludes me because when I'm in a relationship with somebody, I'm in a relationship with that one person, not nobody else.
And so to keep her, Judge, that's why I think he got her in that hotel. He moved her in.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. It is your testimony that once you had sex with Mr. Hairston, and that was the first man you've ever had sex with, you did not have sex with anybody else during that time when you were intimate with him.
Yes, Your Honor.
So it is your testimony that during the window of conception, you were only intimate with him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and at some point, your mom's testified you moved into a hotel together.
We did.
While you were pregnant?
This was before, while I was.
Was he staying there with you? Were you in a relationship? How involved was he with you during this pregnancy?
He was involved to about a 50-50 extent.
Explain.
He wouldn't go to doctor's appointments.
Was he there when Joya was born at the hospital?
No, I don't think so.
He wouldn't even sign the birth certificate, Your Honor.
That's
because
why
But he said this was his child. He said it was his child.
He never told us. He might have
That
told
was his
y'all
child.
whatever he had
has
to say to
told
pacify.
me.
Oh, I mean, sorry, you, because the mother claimed she didn't know him.
Correct.
Because
I did not write. I know of him. All I know is his first name, and I've seen him sneaking. He would change vehicles, come in different cars, pick her up. She'd have to meet him to the mailbox from where we live. Different stuff. I've seen him in passing, but never met him.
But why was it in passing? I mean, you, the mother, when he was pulling up and your daughter's waiting by the mailbox, you know this doesn't look right. And your daughter is 21 years old?
Yes, at the time,
But
Your
you
Honor.
don't feel like you need to ask any questions?
You got to.
Well,
That's
after
right.
this point,
That's
Your
right.
Honor. Yeah.
She
After this
asked questions.
point-
My answer was just, I didn't answer. I never said anything to her about it because I know my mom, and if I would have told her his age, that would have been the first question. How old is he?
Right, I knew of him, but not the age at that time. But when I found out about the age after this, I said, that don't look good in the community, and you know your mother's a Christian, so you got to end this. So my daughter moved back home. So after that, and she was gonna do the right thing, he wasn't gonna step up ordinarily because he didn't go to any appointments. I was taking care of her the whole time through this pregnancy after about 5 months.
After Joya was born, did he develop any type of relationship with her?
He said that he believes that this is his daughter. He never denied her being his daughter. He thinks that she looks like him. He called her stinky feet.
And so you felt like the interaction was what you would see from a man who believed he was the father of the child. Like he felt like he came in and treated your daughter like she was his?
I do. I felt like that.
But how do we get it to the DNA part?
Because I told him that he needed to be a father, and he was not doing that. So I went and got assistance from the government. And in order for me to get assistance, I had to comply with child support.
And I convinced my daughter, Your Honor, to go ahead and put him on child support because mother to mother, I mean, your mother, I mean, how'd you raise your son? I didn't raise my daughter like this. This was just, I guess,
Like what? Hold on now.
Like
Because your
you know,
daughter
to treat
was supposed to be a
women the
virgin
way
and was
he was treating women.
No,
apparently, it was more than just my daughter. That's
No,
why he was
ma'am.
hiding.
If
It
you
wasn't
was
just
rich,
a
it was
baby.
One at a time, one at a time.
My brother said it was not his, and he
What
wanted,
did he tell you about this child?
He said before he passed, he had a court date scheduled. He said, I have to go to court to see if this baby is mine. And that's all.
We got to the first court date. He passed away when he was supposed to come to the paternity testing court date.
And so, Ms. Delaney, after finding out he had passed away, how were you able to connect with his family?
I found out that the funeral home that they had whatever they had at was, I contacted them. And then I left my information and she called me back.
And what was that conversation like? What happened?
She explained to me that they were supposed to go to court and that he didn't make it to court, and that she was told that he was, had passed away. And was that true? I told her yes. And she told me that she didn't believe me. That was my child. I'm not gonna lie to you. If he's not here anymore, he's not here. So that left me hurt inside right there,
Because you felt like, Ms. Delaney, he was saying all of this, he was pretending to be dead to avoid child support?
At first, yes, Your Honor, that is what I thought. Because it was just so weird how you come to one court date and then you never deny that she's yours, and they tell you to come for paternity testing, and then we have a conversation, and then next thing I know, you're dead. You had no health problems. How are you dead?
I mean, it was a shock for us also, and I mean, the bottom line of it is that we just need to know, because this is what he told us, is that he needed a DNA test.
Yes, and he wasn't sure.
That's the only way.
And he wasn't sure, so he wasn't sure, so I have to believe what he told me, because I want to be sure. So this is the whole thing. We want to be sure that the baby is his baby.
And your granddaughter, yes, definitely.
Yes.
Like, why does she have to keep calling the baby? Her name is Joya.
Okay.
Well, I just really
we don't know.
No, you know her name.
Relationship.
You know her name. We text, we talk. You know her name is Joya. Stop responding to my child as the baby.
Still, one thing about it is
she has a name. I've sent you pictures of her. You have all these things. So don't respond to her or refer to her as the baby. She is a human being with a name, and it's Joya.
And I'm very sorry for your loss. I said that when I first met you, but I'm truly sorry, because I wish I had gotten to know my granddaughter's father. Now she'll never know, I never know. I'm just sorry this all had to come down to this, But now it's about the baby, and we're going to do the right down.
Your mom just said it. The baby. Okay? Your mom just said the baby. Her name is Joya, so I'm okay.
It's about Joya.
It's all about Joya.
Okay.
It really is.
Okay, it is.
It really is.
Okay.
This is why paternity issues, they really are, they're hurtful and they're confusing, and they create a lens through which we see everything. What Ms. Delaney was feeling as a mother is, it's just that, I think it's that mama bear thing. You are a young girl, but at the same time, it's my baby's worthy. She has a name. So I don't want to make you all wait any further. We do have the results, and I think we're ready for them.
We're ready.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. Because there wasn't a blood card available to test the DNA of the deceased, we performed a DNA test with his surviving parent. The results will determine if there is a viable relationship between the child and the mother of the deceased, Almenia Parrett. In the case of Delaney versus Parrett, when it comes to 16-month-old Joya Delaney, it has been determined by this court. The percentage of relatedness between Ms. Almenia Parrett and Joya Delaney is 0.00%. You are not related.
That is not true. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I disagree.
That's okay, Mom.
I disagree.
It's okay. That's what we came here for.
Ms. Delaney, I'm concerned that as a young woman, you have not gotten yourself to a place where you truly understand the importance of honoring yourself, knowing your worth, do you know who her dad is?
I do. He's deceased, and you're asking me to give you a different answer from what I already
No, I'm not
said.
asking you to give you a different answer. I'm just asking you, do you know who her father is? Because it isn't David Hairston Jr.
And again, Your Honor, I disagree with that.
I'm behind my daughter 100%, and I believe if she says he's the father, he's the father. So I'm sticking behind my daughter.
Well, we're
Listen.
sticking behind the DNA test.
Mr. Jackson, you petitioned the court for a DNA test because you believe the defendant, Ms. Eiland, has committed paternity fraud by claiming you fathered her 2-year-old daughter, Jemiah.
Yes, Your Honor.
You say you found out about Jemiah only 1 year ago, and that's why you vehemently deny being her father.
Yes,
Is that
Your Honor.
correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Eiland, you say Mr. Jackson is a liar
Yes, ma'am.
who's denying your daughter so he can avoid responsibility.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are positive he's the only person who can be the father, and the DNA results will prove it today. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Jackson, why do you believe Ms. Eiland has committed paternity fraud?
Because, Your Honor, I found out about this child a whole year ago. A year ago.
And so what does that have to do with a paternity fraud?
Because if this was my child, I want to be in my child's life. You supposed to let somebody know. Aaliyah picked up and took off. Never heard from her, then she started playing Facebook games. Sending me messages through Facebook, then she would block me. Sending me messages, then block me, using other people's names. It's just the game just kept going on and on.
So you think this is a game?
Yeah.
Are you playing games, Ms. Eiland?
No,
Yes,
Your
she
Honor,
is,
I'm not
Lee.
playing
Yes, she
games.
is. Yes, she
no,
is.
he blocked me on
Yes, she
Facebook.
is.
He changed his phone number and everything. I actually
Yes, I
have
did.
proof.
Yes,
he
I
went
did.
ghost on me once I told him I was pregnant. He found out. He went ghost on me. I never heard from him
Yana,
again. I never heard from him until a year later when I made a fake page on Facebook telling him about it.
Well, it sounds like you both playing games.
Yana,
Take me back to the nature of this relationship. How did you meet?
I was at work. I was leaving. I got off work. She was next door from my job as a public aid office place, and she was coming out of there. And I said, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Let me talk to you, get your number, whatever. She said, sure. She wrote the number down. I said, where you headed to? She said, I'm going home. I said, okay, the bus stop is that way. Let me walk you to the bus stop. I walked Aaliyah to the bus stop. She gave me the number. Right after that, I called her. She answered the phone. That night, me and Leah had sex on the back porch.
Wow. Okay. That same night.
Come correct. We didn't have sex on the back porch.
Yes,
Come
we
correct.
did, Aaliyah, that same
2 weeks
night.
later, we had sex in your
That
car.
same night,
We
Aaliyah
had
was the
sex
back
in the back
porch.
of your car. That's where
It
we
was
had
on the back
sex
porch,
at.
and
In
right
the back
after
of
that,
your
the
car.
next day, we kept having sex in my car.
Exactly. We kept having sex in your car, never
Right,
the back
right.
porch.
So what that
Never
tells
the
you?
back
What that
porch.
tells you
We
right
had
there?
sex in
We
your
keep
car.
having sex in the car.
So you're in a sexual relationship. Was that it?
That's
Were you
it.
boyfriend and girlfriend, or
No,
this was just
this was just a sexual relationship
with no commitment?
No commitment at all.
God, she's lying. We was
No
in a
commitment. We
relationship.
wasn't in a relationship. It was just sex-wise. Every time he called my phone, it's sex-wise. That's
And you
all-
say you were
that's
in a
all.
relationship,
Wasn't in a
Mr. Jackson.
We
relationship.
wasn't
Yeah.
in no
I
relationship.
was
We
helping
had
you,
no.
man. I was
We
doing
had
stuff
no
for you.
strings attached, and it's
Yeah.
just sex in a car.
She's a jump off.
No
She's a
reason.
jump
No
off.
relation. I'm a jump
Easily,
off. Wait a minute.
easily,
I'm a jump off, but
easily.
you kept
Let's
coming
get
back.
some order.
She
Let's
was
get some
easily.
order. No, listen. Now, just a minute ago, Mr. Jackson, you testified that you were in a relationship. Now you saying she's a jump off.
In my mind, to be honest with you, I thought we was together.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
So
thought
tell
we
the
was together.
truth.
Thought
And
we was
shame the
together.
devil. Don't get in here and get your feelings hurt and now start lying.
I thought we was
You
together.
said, I thought we were in a relationship because I was doing things for her, and you thought you were building something.
Yes, you're right, Your Honor.
And honestly, Ms. Eiland, I'm glad that he at least thought that, because if you just walking out of the house sleeping with men in cars every single day, day after day, and they just pull off and leave, there's got to be more to do than that.
See, it's just him. That him and him, me and him. It was just him. I was
She
just
was
messing
saying
around with
somebody
him.
else.
But you
She
stay
was
calling
saying
my
somebody
phone,
else.
calling me.
Leah, explain the guy on the back porch. Who's that guy on the back porch?
Wait, I thought you was on the back porch.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
was two guys on the back porch. It was two guys on the back porch. Me and the mystery man. Tell me I was on the back porch.
Wow.
The guy will
No,
grill me.
You're just
Look at me.
jealous. You're just a jealous person. If you see someone else around, you think that I'm messing with somebody. No, that whole time we
Leah,
were
I
just
wasn't even
having
in my
sex.
feelings
It was
at that
just
time when me and you started talking. I wasn't even in my feelings
So
at that
hold
time.
on,
You're making a
Mr.
fool of
Jackson,
yourself.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want to know, why do you feel she is not telling the truth? Who what do you know about the man on the back porch?
Thank
Her
you.
family member.
Thank you.
Let me know
Thank
who
you.
the guy was. I asked her. I said, who is this guy? She said, it's Aaliyah's
He
boyfriend.
don't even talk to my family member. When he comes over, he don't even. Most he do is hey, and that's about it. It's me going out that door, going down the stairs with him.
They was letting me
That's
come in
about
the
it.
house. They
That's
stopped
about it.
all of that. I was coming in the house. How you go
You
from
know,
coming
you
in the
stepped
house?
foot in that house one time. After that, it was just car action.
Stop letting me come
That's
in. I
about it.
started getting
Car
hallway
action.
service.
That's
I
what
started
it
getting
was about.
hallway service.
Cars.
Hallway service.
Hallway service. I started getting hallway service.
What's hallway service?
No,
service.
you're not coming in no more. We're gonna do something. It's gonna be in the hallway.
This man stepped foot in this house one time.
Wait a minute.
This
I have
man
never
is
heard.
Go from the back porch to the
It's
car to the
hilarious.
hallway. It was hallway service.
Hold on. I think we're getting closer to trying to understand this. So was it you believe because you weren't on the back porch anymore, somebody else was?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. When I came, he was on the back porch. So now I'm in the hallway now talking to Aaliyah. No more back porch action. Now it's the hallway.
And so you assume she has having a relationship with this other guy?
Yes, Yana. Who ups and take off on a baby? Who ups and take off with a child?
So when did she disappear? I don't understand this part.
I started coming over there, blowing the horn. Her family come to the window. She's not here. She's gone. Okay, I'll leave. Come back the next day. Aaliyah's not here. She's gone. She always gone. Now, the clock started ticking, and she with another guy. Okay, come to the house, blow again. Bye-bye, Aaliyah up there. Now, she gone. Look, she on the side of the window, moving the curtains, looking. There she go right there. She gone.
Because I don't want to be bothered with you.
I put it that 'cause it was another man upstairs
Because
she
you're
was
only
with.
calling
That's
when.
why.
Look, you call me to come out and have sex. Whoa, if I don't want to have
It's
sex,
never a
you
problem
get
then.
upset.
That's a problem
you
now.
get upset. You don't come there.
Mr. Jackson, so
Yes,
it was
Your Honor.
your feeling that she was up there with another man,
Yes,
and
Your
that's
Honor.
why you could see her peeking out the curtain.
Yes, Your Honor.
But they were telling you she wasn't home.
Yeah, she wasn't home. One more week, Yana. I came. She's gone. She don't live here no more. Damn, she don't live here no more. Okay, cool. She moved. Guess she called it off and let me know. Leave it alone. Man of my business. One day, headed to the bus stop. See a woman that I know, so familiar. I look at her. So I know you from somewhere. Yeah. I'm Leah's family member. Okay. By the way, Leah had your baby. That baby looked just like you. What? I say, what? Leah had a baby? Yeah, boy, that baby looked just like you.
How old was the baby?
I already won. Walking and talking.
So you've never heard about the pregnancy, and you've never heard about the birth. You don't know a thing about
Don't
this
know
baby.
nothing
That's a lie.
about the baby.
That's a lie. That's a lie. He heard about it because I told him I do actually have proof. I do have a timeline of every time he disappeared. When I did tell him that I was pregnant, it is, if I can show.
You have
Nigga,
proof.
you even-
Yes,
you-
I
Is this
do. I have-
exhibit here?
Yeah, I have my
Please
date.
step over.
So, November 15, 2015, I found that I was pregnant. How did I know? Because I missed my menstrual period. When I went to the hospital, it confirmed that I was pregnant. I called him and told him he was excited. He come see me that night, the same day, November 15. He came to see me. We were sitting in the car. I was talking to him. I mentioned something about I'm hungry. She said, okay, he'll be back. Here it is, 30 minutes passed by. He never came. An hour passed by. He never came. 3 hours passed by. He never came. Where'd he go? He done disappeared. He ain't seen him no more. Here this come.
So he ghosted you.
He gone. He gone for them amount of years. He gone. This is, remind you, this is back in 2015. Here it is. Here come July 8th. I have her. I never stopped searching for him. Kept looking for him. Phone kept ringing. This number you call had been disconnected. Oh, okay. He gone again. I still can't find him. A couple months before August 6th, I made a fake Facebook page. That's how I got in contact with him. And I inboxed him and I took a picture of her. And I said, you know, your daughter's 2 years old. It's time for you to be her father. He came and saw her. He kept her for 2 hours, took her to the park to meet his other family members. 2 hours later, he brought her back and told me he'll be back to come see her again. Here it is. I never heard from him. He done left again.
Ghosted another time.
He left again. No.
You can step back to the podium. So it sounds like from her testimony, Miss Eiland was trying to find you, Mr. Jackson. Where were you?
She will reach out to me on Facebook, Yana. The minute I say something back, deactivate the page, block me, come back 3 months later, Can you help get her some Pampers or something?
Because he don't want me bothering him. He don't want nothing to do with my child. He don't want to be involved with her. Because if he did, every time I reached out to him, he would have came out and he would have stepped up. He's less of a man to keep sitting here acting like this ain't his daughter. He's sitting here walking around with his head held high. But what are you doing? She's sitting here, she's 2 years old. She says that. What do mama supposed to say? I can't give her no answer.
And how does that feel as a mother to have to say,
It's emotional,
I don't have anything to say?
I don't have anything to say because I can't explain it to her. I can't like break it down to her because she's 2 years old, but I can't explain it when she's older. But it made me feel sad. I do sometimes grab my baby, I cry. That's what I do because I'm very emotional. And for her to sit here and ask me about her dad, that's a hurtful feeling. It is. It's a hurtful feeling. A hurtful feeling. That was for her first birthday. He was nowhere to be found.
All of these moments he's missing.
He missed every
Stay
moment.
in one stable spot. Stop going from house to house. Maybe I'll find you.
Look, okay, if somebody have to move out their apartment, that mean they have to move. So where do you think I'm supposed to go? I went back to my mom's house.
With no compass in my hand
I went
looking
back
for
to my
her.
mom's house. Look, I tried to
she's north, next minute she's south.
You know
she's
where
on
to
the
be
east
found.
side.
You
Well,
don't
that's
ever
the
try to
both of
look
all
for me.
that.
But listen,
You don't look for me.
listen. The moment that you were told that you have a baby, like a little girl in the world that could potentially be yours, even if you don't know for sure. Let's be clear. If it was my daddy, I do want him to have that compass looking for me. That's what daddies do. And then another news flash is when a child doesn't have a father in their life and the mother is trying to make ends meet on their own, then sometimes the home is not stable. As soon as you start telling me she moving all over the place, that lets me know this child and this mother is alone and they're at risk.
I am, and I
No,
do
not
jump house
after
to house
a DNA
because
test,
I don't have a stable home.
And I can see that makes you emotional.
Yeah, it do. All I want him to do is step up in me in her life. Should no girl be without her father. I didn't have mine, so she shouldn't go without hers. That's all I want is for him to be in her life. That's it. I don't want no money. I don't want you to buy nothing because guess what? I can. If I do have money, I can support my kids. All I want you to do is spend time with her and let her know that you her father and be in her life. That's it. That's all. Nothing more,
I have
nothing
no problem
less.
with doing that if you stay stable.
Stay
Stop-
stable.
yeah, stop playing all these games.
If you wear my shoes and you don't have that good support, what do you think? Anywhere I go, I still
When you
be
doing
found.
that, you don't have time to send a postcard, Mr. Jackson. You just trying to stay alive. You just trying to keep your children fed. And I'm not saying it's your fault, because this is why this courtroom exists. Because people get in their feelings, denial sets in, and at the end of the day, I always tell people, sex is it's not a game. You don't play at this thing. We're making people.
Right.
And I know if this child ends up being your biological child, and I don't know if she is or she isn't, truly, there's some real doubt in this case. But I know one thing, if you find out today that she is, I know you're not gonna sit and look at a beautiful, innocent little girl and say, I'm not gonna be having no compass looking north, south, east, and west for you, because then I'm gonna have to come up off this bench.
I just need to know. I'm tired of the games.
And on the flip side, Miss Eiland, you gotta recognize the part you play in this. Why is it you never told him?
I told him the day when I
You're
found
saying
out.
that you did tell him that day,
I
and you
told him.
feel like he ghosted you.
You was having sex with another man too. She was having sex with another man too. That's all I needed to hear.
You discovered that she may still be intimate with an ex.
Yes.
That's the part that we can't gloss over, because that's the very part that led to the doubt.
So did you say that at an angle, or was it the truth?
Oh, out of anger, baby.
Oh,
A
it's out
lot
of
of people
anger?
say stuff out of anger.
Yeah.
You say stuff out of anger.
That's something
you
you
did the same
that's something
thing.
you would tell somebody and play, I had sex with another
you
man.
did the same thing. And look,
Then
what
the
are
baby
you
pop
doing?
up.
What are you doing? Sneaking off of me and then going back to your wife. So what is the difference? Ain't nothing. What is the difference?
You married, so hold on. This was a real fun fact that was left out of earlier testimony. Well, now we know. Now we know. That was the fill in the blank moment, honey. The blank got filled in. Because I kept wondering, what in the world is this relationship? I don't understand this. We know what's going on now. All right. So we got that level of understanding. Let's get the true and complete level of understanding. Jerome, let's get the results. Thank you. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Jackson versus Eiland, when it comes to 2-year-old Jemiah Eiland, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Jackson, you are the father. You are the father. That's your beautiful little girl, 2 years old, and has no relationship with her daddy. Out of everything that was said, all the testimony I heard, the ghosting, the this, whatever it was, the testimony that touched my heart the most is when you said she asked where her daddy is. And I don't know what to say because I thought that was so real. And that's what we do in this courtroom. We get down to the real deal, the nitty gritty, the ugly. It ain't nothing pretty in this courtroom. This is a place where we sort out the ugly stuff, the dirty laundry that we all have.